Lisa here at Nkosi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. So today, guys, is Thursday. I'm sorry, guys, I'm late. Technical problems. I was having technical problems, and also needed to go off and forgot to set up the streaming. So yeah, but everything is set up. I'm here now. And if it is your first time at Ngozi Talk Shows, we help our audience find their own voice, lead from within. So the topic today is how fear masquerades as wisdom, breaking the chains within. That is episode 2. So I think this is episode 3. So if you have not seen episode 1, 2, or 3, you might need to go back and watch episode 3. So today we're going to talk about something very subtitle, very powerful and very dangerous as well. Fear. Fear is very, very dangerous. And that dresses itself up as wisdom. So you know those moments when you say, I'm just being realistic. But deep down, you know that you fear. I'm protecting myself. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to date. I'm not ready. I want to go out and I want to meet someone, but at this moment, I need to lose weight. And once I lose weight, or maybe I just need to find a job fast, or I need to get promotion fast, or I just need to be in this level of my career, or I just need to, um, I need to get promotion, but I don't think I'm ready yet to apply for a job, or I'm not ready to go to this new environment. So because I'm scared of the unknown. That's fear. It's very dangerous. I want to do my Facebook lives. I want to do my YouTube lives. But I'm not ready. I need to get a nice camera. I need to get an expensive camera. I need to get expensive camera. I need to get I need to get this. I need to get that. I've got the list, and that list is making me feel comfortable because deep down in my heart, I know that I have this dangerous thing that is called the fear. Fear is very, very dangerous, guys. It can be really, really, really dangerous, and it can hold us back. I'm not yet ready. Sometimes that really is wisdom, but many times it's fear whispering through our logic or memories and our past pain. And so today I'm going to walk with you through 35 steps in help you recognize when is fear speaking, not your true wisdom, and how to break those inner chains that keep you stuck, small, and silent. So if you are tired of overthinking, tired of playing safe, and tired of calling fear your advice, stay with me until the end. Take a deep breath, grab your notebook, let's start exposing fear, reclaiming courage. Yesterday we were talking about courage, rebuilding a life that is actually matches who you really are on the side. And so let's begin. Step number 1, name the chain. Admit that a fear is present. When you fear, guys, admit it. The step to breaking any chains is to admit that that chain exists. Many people stay bound because they spiritualize, intellectualize, or justify their fear instead of naming it. Sit with yourself and say, I am afraid of. What are you afraid of? Finish the sentence honestly. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of failure. If I come on Facebook Live or LinkedIn Live, no one is going to view my video. And that I'm going to look like a failure. Abandonment, being a vague cloud becomes something you can work with. Fear thrives in the dark. So the moment you name it, you put light on it. Once you name your fear, you will put light on it. Separate fear from wisdom. Wisdom, number 2, is separate fear from wisdom. Wisdom protects paralysis. Wisdom says, let's plan well and move intentionally. Fear says, let's never move at all. Begin asking yourself, is this thought leading me to prepare and then act? Or is it convincing me not to act at all? This simple question will help you see when you are crossed from health caution to its self-sabotage. So true wisdom always leaves a door open for alignment, to align your action, but fear slams every door. It shuts everything. So name that fear. What are you fearing? Number 3, expose the fear favorite costume, overthinking. That is fear's or costume. Overthinking often feels intelligent. Well, yesterday we were talking about courage, how you can make decisions and stuff or step by step. For me, I don't do step by step because when I do step by step, you're telling me to overthink things. If you want to give me something, I get on with it. Give me something, give me the instructions, and tell me when is the deadline. Don't like if you give me step by step, you'll be scaring me because I have to sit down now. I have to overthink. So I don't want to do that. Just give me the job. I get on with it. Yeah, give me the job. I get on with it. To me, that's me conquering fear. I've worked with Unisa shooting dating diamonds. And he just gave me a call and said, no, sir, I have a TV series coming up. If you are available, if you can do it, that's awesome. If you can't, that's not awesome. That's not awesome because he wanted me to be part of it. So if you can do it, you manage the show, you run the show. The job is yours. It didn't scare me off. He just gave me the work. And how was I going to do it? I didn't have a clue. But all I knew was God was going to guide me through it. Even in Gossip Talk shows, when I started in Gossip Talk shows, I just said to one of the girls, let's do the talk show. You are good in this, I'm good in that, so let's just get on with it. So we just get on with it. So overthinking things sometimes it can cause fear. But if you are that person who does things step by step as well, that's awesome. That's brilliant. For me, step by step is not for me. It's like thinking, how am I gonna get there? Like thinking that way, step by step. I don't do that. All I do is I do some research and I tell myself this has got to be done. I've got to get on with it. If I don't do it, nobody's going to do it. I have to learn how to do things. So like as I'm speaking right now, guys, I did a course that takes 1 year. I did it in 2 months, in 2 months' time, because I knew I challenged myself. Actually, I put a signature, and after that, I was like, what have I done? But then I did it anyway. So I'm waiting for everything to be finalized. But the That wasn't step by step. I just needed to do something. I needed to understand about social media. When I'm talking to somebody and hiring someone, I needed to understand the language, which I could not understand before. And also God wanted me to to see the damage that was done in my business. I created a branding, beautiful brand, and my brand was destroyed. So I had to go through that for me to understand what needed to be fixed. Now that I know what needed to be fixed, I have to get on with it without fear. So when you rehearse every possible bad outcome in your mind, you feel like you are being prudent. So you don't have to feel like that. But in reality, you are like exhausting your nerve system, freezing, taking even more small steps. But overthinking is a way of staying busy while secretly you avoid taking the risk. So breaking the chains start with admitting I'm not analyzing, I'm stealing. So break the chains and just go for what you want. So number 4 question, the I'm just being realistic story. I am just being realistic is one of Fear's favorite phrases. Ask yourself, realistically, according to who and based on what evidence. And sometimes the realistic is just a code for I've decided my past is the only thing that can happen in my future. Really, wisdom considers fact, but also leaves a room for growth. Change, it leaves a room for change, for growth, for miracles and new outcomes when you feel re like realism, shrinking your faith, shrinking your vision, and shrinking your courage. You're probably dealing with fear in disguise. So it's important to be aware when you fear of doing something, don't make an excuse. Work on it. I had fears before myself. I had to work on it. I was never always confident like this. Track fear back to its origin. That's number 5. Remember, guys, I told you that. Remember, when I say I became a professional musician when I was 9 or 10. My grandfather used to train me, like from the age of 7. He would train me music in Africa. Um, everyone has to go to bed early, but for me, it was like when everyone else they all go to bed early. Um, all the musicians will have to go and find my granddad in like from maybe 9 p.m. and do the training. So maybe we do the training up to midnight. And I wasn't bothered about it. I didn't like any sleep anyway. So I wasn't bothered about it. But then when I go on stage, I own the stage. But when I came to the UK, that confidence disappeared because I was now a young adult. And when you are a young adult, you become very, very cautious about who you are, what you do, and all these things. For me, I was with the wrong people. Like now, guys, when I say I got reported to social services, imagine if I was with the right people who are Christians who understand the values who and even people who are not Christians who actually understands how to let somebody be. Because in this world, we all are created in different. There are some people who believe in God. There are some people who don't believe in God. So for me, I believe in God. Doesn't mean I have to be prosecuted for believing God. No, that's my beliefs. God exists. But those who don't believe in God, for me, I don't look to them down and say, why don't you believe in God? If, to me, it's their story, it's their beliefs, it's who they want to become that makes them stand out. When you know who you are, that makes you stand out. When you say, I don't want to believe in God, for me, I love that. I love when someone knows who they are, and I'm not going to try to convince them to be who I am. Even God himself, he says when he sent the disciples, and said, go and preach my gospel. But when you go and preach the gospel, those who are going to welcome you in their home, stay there until you finish in that village. But those, if they don't welcome you, don't stay there, don't eat there. It's very, very, very clear. So I don't see a point for me trying to judge someone because of their beliefs. If someone doesn't believe in God, does it mean they are bad? No, they are not. They don't know who God is. They cannot believe what they don't know. Maybe someday they'll find that opportunity to believe in Him. So all I have to do is celebrate that person. But for me, like I said to you guys, I'm getting reported to social services for believing in God, for praying in tongues. Rakataraka shetiriri bushentiriri, makatendereke setiri. But that's who I am. It means that I can transcend and go in spirit. I can leave the physically and go in spirit. That's me because I love God. That's my gift. So why should I be prosecuted for being that person? I don't understand. Meaning I'm with the wrong people that are causing fear in my life. So I have to move myself from those people. Because when someone does not celebrate you, they are causing fears. Social services, Satan is using it to cause fear to me. That if you don't back off, Nomsa, I will destroy you through your children. That's what he's doing. And the people that are around me, because he knows that these people can do whatever he wants. So I share this with you guys because when you fear something, make sure when you're working, when you want to name that fear, what brings fear to your life? If you want to deal with it, make sure the environment it aligns with the decisions you want to make in life, where you need to be. Environment meaning you have the people that you have the right people in your life. I have good friends, guys. These friends that are reporting me, they are not my friends. Because my friends wouldn't do that. The people that I hang out with, they will not do those kind of things. They wouldn't. I have good friends, even my family friends, like the friends that I call family friends myself. I'm not sure about my in-laws, what kind of people they hang out with, and I don't even want to know. And I don't want to judge anybody. For me, I'm like, if that's what the life that you guys live, my life is about God. It's about people around me. Are they happy? It's about dealing with the fears, developing myself, growing within myself and working hard to make sure that I get rid of this fear. I was never like this. I was like this from the age of I was born until maybe the age of 16. I never feared anything. I never ever feared anything. But yeah, things happen. You start fearing, you start looking at yourself because I think I started hanging out with the wrong people too. That caused fear in my life because if I had continued hanging out with those people that I hanged out with my parents, with my grandparents. And the people that I sang, I was in the music community with. Those are the people that I hanged out with. I lead them. I lead them. So I never, ever, ever, ever like hang out with people that waste time, that gossip. So when you are dealing with this kind of fear, make sure your environment, you are with the right people. That is important. That's number one thing that destroys people's life, because they know they are with the wrong people, but they will still hang out with them. So make sure you are with the right people. Track fear back to its origin. Where does it come from? Usually has a birthplace. Maybe it's entered through a breakup. Maybe entered through a betrayal. Like now I've been betrayed. If I don't work on it, it can destroy my confidence. When someone calls social services, this is the talk show is where I feed my children. It's where I make money to feed my children. But if someone reports me and social services come to my house, that's a threat. But unfortunately, because there's God in me, it helps. Having God in me is like you can take me to prison. You can take me to wherever you want to take me. You can put a bullet in me. I will still call his name, Jesus, Son of David. I will never ever question myself. Why are these people threatening me because of my Christianity? I won't question myself. There is fear that they are causing. But for me now, it's up to me that when I come here, do I need to change who I am? No, I don't. I don't have to change who I'm becoming, who I am. All I have to do is continue my journey. Their audience who will follow me, but their audience who won't follow me. If you want to understand my language, follow Dr. Olukoya. Then you will understand who my father, spiritual father, is. If you want to understand my language, follow Pastor James. You will understand what my language is, not to cause fear. Pastor James, he worked with Lucifer since the age of 4 until he gives his life to Jesus. So you can understand where my language is coming from. You can understand the people that I'm surrounded with. Dr. Olukoya deals with the generational curse. He deals with the everyday situation, with the things that we do, the actions that we do. He deals with the fear, all this fear, where the origin comes from. That's the things that's his field. That's what he deals with. Our generational curse, our bloodline, our past. That's what he deals with. So number one, name that fear. Did it come from the breakup? A man tells you that they don't want you, and then the fear activated. A woman tells you that they don't want to be with you, fear gets activated. Did it come from that? Or was it a betrayal? Where did it come from? Or was it a childhood wound? Or maybe a failed business? Or a humiliating moment? Instead of just wrestling with the fear in the present, ask, where did you learn to be this afraid? When you see the original fear, you realize you are living today based on moment from years ago. That awareness doesn't heal everything instantly, but it breaks the illusion that what this fear is, just who I am. It's not you. It's something that happened to you, but break it. Number 6, understand how pain teaches you to call fear wisdom. When you deeply hurt, your brain starts to say, we will never feel that again. So anything that looks like it could lead to same pain and then gets blocked. So that protective instinct causes self-wisdom, but actually is trauma management. it says don't trust, don't try, don't open. So recognize this. When you're recognizing this, it helps you to realize that some of the advice in your head isn't guidance from a higher place. It's your nervous system that is trying to shield you from what it doesn't know how to heal yet. So it's important. For me, like right now, dealing with the social services, I had to hand over the battle to God. I had to say, God, give me strength. Show me where's this battle. What is activating this battle? Then I realized the cycle. The person that I'm dating, church, everything is church. Everything is church. People are rejecting me using the church. But I'm actually somebody who don't talk about church. I don't. Every place that I enter, if someone speaks to me as a Christian, that's when I speak. Or if someone wants a healing, I suggest, but you don't have to take that healing. That's what I do. But I never like force feed someone to say, these are my beliefs because you're not a Christian. I've got friends who are not Christian. Why? Because I have to show them that God does not judge. God went and ate with the sinners. Himself, or he sat, celebrated with the sinners because he wanted to show them that he is love. So therefore, when I go out, wherever I go out, people judge me because me, I don't mind. What I've been through, guys, I don't mind it to share it as a testimony. I don't have fear. It's me showing that sacrifice that I don't fear you anymore. I can share it as a testimony. I can share where God took me, where I was and where God took me. I can share that without fear. But Satan is causing fear. He goes and uses people and just to say, because he does not want me to teach them how he works. There are so many people who hears celebrity telling you that they've joined a cult, but they don't know the consequences of listening to their music. When someone has joined a cult, you don't join a cult for fun. Who said you join a cult for fun? You don't. You joined a cult for fun to be given a spirit. Sometimes they give them a spirit of cancer. They give them a spirit of destroying marriages. Sometimes they give them a spirit, or they give them different spirits to cause anxiety, to cause depression in people. When they sing, they give them something like when their music plays, maybe you get anxiety. But then these people, they go to the doctors, pump with the medication. But who is gaining? If laws and laws, and that person has laws and laws of followers, and they are playing their music, and they are all getting depression, who is gaining? Is the medical people? Is that label, whatever the medication they are using, that person is gaining. So they must have joined a cult. So for me, I spread how I got out. But then fear is caused. So I share this with you guys because it is important to understand there are so many people who are living in fear. But you can work on it if you name it. Like myself, I had to name my problem. I was like, this person is causing fear in me. But I'm not going to take any notice of it. I need to be who I am. I was very, very, very clear when the social services came to my house, and I said to them, let's get one thing very, very clear. You're not going to judge me because of my Christianity. We know Jesus exists. We know Satan exists. But if it's not your beliefs, you're not going to come and say to me, I'm going to judge you because you're going to put your children in danger. No, I'm not. Belief is going to church. I've been going to church since I was born. I'm 47 years old. So, guys, never ever anyone inflict you with fear. Number 7, identify how fear talks in your own voice. How it talks. For me, it talks with the social services. How many times have been reported to social services? 1, 2, 3. I've been reported to how many departments? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with social with them. 6, 7. Yeah. But do I care? No, I don't. Fear shows up as an outside voice. It mimics your eternal narrator. It sounds like you use your language or pretends to be your like maybe your gut feeling. Start writing down the sentences. Like start writing down the sentences of what your awareness of that keep you stuck. Is the voice saying it's too late? Or is the voice saying I'm too old? I always mess this up. People don't listen to me. I could easily say, like going to church, I could easily say, you know what, I'm not going to go to church because this church is annoying, is bringing social services. But the more people report me, the more I love God. The more I want to go to church. The more I want to pray for my children for the future. The more I want to know God. I want to know more. The more I say to God, teach me what I don't know. Teach me, give me your intelligence. Teach me not for people to see who you are. No, I don't do that. I just want to walk in my own pace, of life. I don't want the world to do things for the world for sure. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do things that will glorify God within me. I want to do things that will take my life to the next level, that I will glorify. Like right now, the social service, they keep getting cold. And every single day, I look at my life, I glorify. I glorify God. And I say, God, if He went for you. Because there are times where sometimes I have to kick them out. Sometimes I have to ring a lawyer. They don't charge me anything. All I have to do is tell me under which section they are invading my privacy. And then I just have to say, okay, out. And that's not me. I know it's God. If I say to you, I am doing it on all alone, I'm not. Sometimes I have to kick them out and say, get out. Why? Because at first, if they say you've been reported, I have to welcome in my home for them to do the assessment. But then if they're not concerned, why are you hanging around? Go. Don't come back to disturb me. Go. But it is fear that is being caused for me to fear, not to ever wanting to talk about God, not to ever wanting to go to church, because I'm fearing if I go to church, I'm going to get reported. So, but I want to I go to church. In my heart, I know that these people, they're not in my, it shows that they're not They shouldn't be in my I shouldn't be with them. But although they're not my friends, but they still poke into my business. I don't poke into people's business, guys. So that's number 7. And the only true, guys, is never, ever, ever, ever fear of anything. If a man dumps you, rejects you, they are not wrong. It's not that there's something wrong with you. If a woman rejects you, they are not wrong. It's not that there is something wrong with you. Remember, we are all wounded. Some people are dealing with their own battles. If you go in spirit, if you learn how the physical works, how the spirit works, you will never ever waste your time trying to convince anyone to like you. You will not. You will never ever waste your time trying to put makeup for a man to love you more. You will never ever waste your time trying as a man to go to the gym so you can get girls, to go and buy a nice car so you can get girls. You will never ever do that. If you knew how the physical, how the spirit works, you will not do that. What is bound in the spirit? How your spirit is like. If your spirit is wounded, your physical is going to be wounded. But if your spirit is clean, not wounded, is healed, because we're talking about healing. If it's healing, it means your physical is healed. So therefore, you have no reason to doubt yourself howsoever. You have no reason. You doubt yourself because in spirit your soul is wounded. Your soul is crying to be healed, is fearing. If I walk into the office now or walk into Bill Gates, he's a billionaire. If you give me all these billionaires, if I walk through to their door, to me, they're just normal. I have to talk to them like normal people. I don't fear them because they are normal. They are normal like me. They are normal like anybody else. Like people fear. They fear to approach people. They fear to talk to people because they think I'm not in their league. Who said you should be in somebody else's league? Who said that? Who said you should be in NOMSA's league? If you see me and you have the courage to say, I like NOMSA. I wanna take NOMSA on a date, even if I'm married. And if you don't know that I'm married, why not come and talk to me and say, NOMSA, hi, you're beautiful. Are you single? Why not do that? Why would you think that I'm not in NOMSA's league? Because your spirit is wounded. And when your spirit is wounded, you feel that you cannot do anything. You feel that there's some things that you can do, there's some things that you're not cut up for them because you're wounded. But when you heal yourself, you don't feel like I can fly, I can do anything, but you get to understand, you get to love you. You get to honor yourself. You get to unapologetic. You get to do whatever it takes to do who you are to be, come who you are meant to be. You don't fear. But we fear because we are not sure for who we are. I've been on that road, guys, where I didn't know who I was. I knew who I was, then I've confused myself because I hanged out with people that made me feel that they are better than me. That's what I did. But when I hang out with those kind of people, they made me feel that I wasn't worthy enough. They made me feel that I wasn't worthy to be who I was, who I'm supposed to be. And that became my identity. So it's important to understand, heal your wound. In the words that we speak, They become reality in spirit. And that spirit created the physically to become the reality. When I was fighting Lucifer, how I survived is for me not to believe what he wanted to do, is to believe who I wanted to be, is believe what I wanted, what I wanted. I wanted life. So whatever he did, I didn't believe it because it was not mine. Death was not mine to believe, but life, it was mine to believe. I knew that I wanted to live for my life. I knew that I wanted to live for my children. I knew that I wanted to live for my parents, for my bloodline, for the people around me. I knew that I needed to live for God. So when he was presenting with his idea how my life should be, I was presenting, for me, I was like, God, what do you want me to, what do you want from me? What plans do you have for me? And God will respond, life, by doing things, by giving me strength each and every day. So when you speak that I'm not enough, how do you expect a guy to walk into your life and tell you that, you're beautiful? I want to take you out on a date. When you believe that you are a man and you are not enough, how do you believe that a beautiful woman inside out is going to walk into you and say, agree to go out with you? How do you believe that? So you have to work on that fear. When you work on that fear, then you believe who you want to become. Have the courage to be who you want to become. Identify, number 8, distinguish between gut instinct and wounded instinct. All those things are very, very important. Your intuition is a gift. Your wounds are loud. Sometimes we mistake trauma, respond for intuition. One way to test it. Intuition is usually coming clear. Fear is frantic. Come in. Fear is frantic. Someone is knocking. Number 9, recognize waiting for the right time is a stall static. Sometimes people use time as saying, I'm waiting for the right time. I wanna meet someone one day, someone that is going to wanna get married one day, but it's not the right time. So when is the right time? Or I want to start a business, I want to get promotion, I want to apply, I want to have children. They are legitimate season of preparation. Then there is endless postponement. We postpone things. Ask yourself, what would the right time actually look like? What specifically needs to be in place for it to be the right time? If you can't answer this clearly, guys, you might be hiding behind a vague excuse. So fear loves vagueness because it never has to be satisfied. Real wisdom sets conditions and timelines. Fear just says not yet, forever. Number 10, expose the fear of being seen. Many of us say we want love, we want success, or but then fear creeps in, influenced by sincerely fear visibility. Being seen means being judged, misunderstood, or rejected. So we all are hiding humility. A privacy when sometimes is fear to expose, we fear sometimes when it's fear of exposure. And breaking these chains means admitting that part of you wants to stay invisible or to stay safe. Once you are honest, you can begin practice visibility in a small self, ways instead of waiting until it feels comfortable, because it probably never will be comfortable. And for Christians, guys, if you are a Christian, having the courage to work towards listening to the voice of God, hearing the voice of God. Everything that I do, guys, no matter how Satan has tried to torture me, he has tried to torture me through my relationship with people. I have met guys who tell me that even no matter how much I work hard to love them, to respect them, to honor them, they'll turn around and say, "Did the church becomes a problem." So I'm like, if the church is a problem, do you want me to go out with you? I don't drink, I don't smoke. So you want me to go to the pub with you and then we can feel safe, where you're going to drink yourself and end up with the organs problems. And then it's okay. But when I go to church, when I dance, when I clap my hands and pray, it's not okay for me to go to church because church is a problem. But then I could easily say, you know what? It could easily destroy my confidence, but it doesn't. Why? Because that person, they have their own issues that they need to deal with. If you're using my church because you don't want a good woman in your life, and because, bear in mind, guys, Satan can get to someone and control them. So that's why for me, I don't have time for nonsense. Nonsense, when I'm talking about nonsense, I'm not talking about the person that is telling me that they don't want to hang out with me because of church. They are not full of nonsense. The nonsense is me putting up with Satan. That's full of nonsense. When I know clearly, when I hear the voice that tells me that Nonza is not that person communicating with you, but it is a spirit that is communicating through this person, wanting to take your confidence, because Satan knows that he cannot have people calling God, God, God. So he has to challenge. So do I have the time to say, you know what? I'm not going to go to church. I'm not going to do this. For me, it's like, okay, you don't want to with me. I accept it. I'll deal with it. I'll go and sleep on it. And I accept it. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. If you have friends, they judge you because you're Christian. They judge you because you are this. They judge you. People can judge you because of what you are. They can judge you because of your dressing. If you have friends, they judge you because of what you are, just excuse yourself and say, God, I'm so glad that you showed me what these people are before I even wasted my time. Don't stay under the pillow and feeling rejected. No, don't do that. Name the fear. And also look at the picture in a different perspective. But for me, when these people are reporting me, Satan, I'm going to tell you what Satan wants. He wants me to destroy them because of how I pray. If I say anyone that is in my life, knowingly, if I say, okay, when we pray, we say, how do we pray in MFM? I'm going to give you a proper prayer. How do we pray in MFM, guys? Okay. I'm trying to show you the how smart Satan is. I'm trying by, okay. If I say, God, arise, scatter every conspiracy in the heavenlies that is against me. Or maybe I say that is against my children. Or if I say any power that is destroying my life behind my back, let that power die. So who am I killing, guys? That's how we pray in MFM. Every prayer, we use the Bible in MFM. So that means if Lucifer wants to destroy someone, say, pick up the phone, report Nomsa, and then Nomsa will deal with you for me. God arise. Oh God arise. Fight against the enemy of the enemy of my life. Fight against the enemy of my children. Anyone that is destroying my children. Oh God, arise and fight for me. Who am I fighting if I say anyone that is destroying my children? Oh God, arise and fight for me. It means I'm destroying the people that are reporting me because they are destroying my children. If my children get taken from me, that's their destiny being changed. And the meaning is causing fear to me. So it's important, guys, to have to look at things and where does this coming from? Where does this fear coming from? I've never ever had problems about church myself. I go to church. I've been going to church since I was young. I love God. I read the Bible. When I'm with people, I don't try to recruit people to say, come to church or anything. If someone talks about church, they want to come to church, or if the Holy Spirit wants me to help that person, that's when I help that person and I move on with my life. So I'm not someone who is causing trouble. The only thing that I cause trouble is when I'm praying. That one I don't want to lie, guys. So then there's the fear. So never ever stop who you are or fear of doing the things that you are meant to be doing. Number 11, acknowledge the fear of outgrowing people. Sometimes we can fear, sometimes you are not afraid of failing, you are afraid of growing because it means you might no longer fit into that environment. Somebody told me that instead of celebrating me, they said to me, you're too much. My confidence, I worked on myself. My confidence, when you pray, you ask God to take away the pain and take away all this fear that is within you, and God does it. He cleanses you, He takes away the pain, He helps you to become who you are meant to become. But then when I'm working on myself, my confidence change. I'm not cocky. I humble myself. I'm no longer giving anybody problems or talking about my feeling sorry, feeling sorry for myself. And then someone told me that, Nomsa, you are too much. I can't stand you. I cannot stand you. You are too much. I love books. I love studying. I love books. When you find me, I'm carrying the Bible, I'm reading. When you find me, I'm carrying something, I'm doing research, something. Like if you look at that that banner that is on my Facebook page, it took me 2 weeks to create it with the ChatGPT. Keep trying. Can you do this? Can you do that? And he wasn't getting what I wanted until I got it right, but it took me 2 weeks. I'm not a giving up person. I like to learn. Every single day for me, I give myself a challenge. I challenge myself every single day. But that person turned around and say, and then I got confused. I was like, who am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be that ordinary person where I get up in the morning, get dressed and put makeup on and put my fake wig and just put a beautiful dress and wait for my man to come home and give me a kiss, and then we help children with homework, then we have sex, and then we go to sleep. That's my life. I can't be that woman. I challenge myself. And at the same time, I give someone time. If I know that this person is with me, I give them time. But for myself in general, I have to challenge myself. I challenge my mind. I every single day for me, I'm learning. I have to learn because otherwise I want to be a good example to my children. I want to be what my children want to become. I have to be a good example for them. I have to challenge myself. No matter how hard life gets, I'll still get myself and pick myself up. But the people around me, they don't see it. Some people don't, but some see. There are some people who admire the person that I become. But for me, I'm not motivated by people's admiration. I am motivated by who I want to become, the challenges that I face, and is what motivates me, and challenging myself, the things and where I need to be as well. It motivates me because every single day I have to climb that mountain. I have to get someone to help me to climb that mountain. That's who I am. I'm a very, very simple woman. See how fear uses what if goes wrong. Fear can use things, what if things go wrong. It's an obsession. It becomes an obsession. It keeps replaying over and over and over. And number three, identify the fear of disappointing others. Sometimes we do things and we fear that's number 13. We fear that if we disappoint our friends. And guys, I'm going to tell you a secret. A good friend, you don't need to impress them. I've got friends that I have known for 20 years. I don't impress those friends. They are just my sisters. When we meet, if I don't see them for 2 months, for 3 months, or talk to them for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, when we meet, they don't make me feel bad. I don't make them feel bad. We picked up where we left off. We don't judge one another. We talk about where we are, where we want to go, the challenges that we are facing. When you have a friend that you fear that if I don't do this, I have to please this person. You don't have, they're not your friends. If you have a man that you have to please, guys, life, there's a difference between love and pleasing. I have to please my husband. I have to please. No, I don't have to please my husband. I have to love my husband. I have to honor my husband. If I have to go and buy sexy lingerie, I'm not pleasing my husband. I just want him to enjoy this life that God has given him, a beautiful woman. I just want him to have the joy to thank God and say, God, I'm so grateful that you brought this beautiful life into my life. I want him to enjoy the life that he has. Not for me pleasing him. If I don't do it, if I don't please my husband, he's going to leave me. That means he never wanted to be with me in the first place. My husband will, because remember the relationship that you have, whether it's work, whether it's what, when you go to work, you go to work to add value to that company, to say, okay, this is the reason why I'm here. You show up early, you're the last one to leave. You bring ideas to the table. You don't live in fear that if I don't please NOMSA, if it comes to a point where you have to feel that you have to please me because I'm a CEO, then it's no longer work anymore. It has to be the work where you feel that I'm part of this. I'm part of this company. I'm part of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. I'm here to add value. Therefore, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency is succeed. But not I have to please NOMSA. It does not work like that. But people do things because they think I have to please my manager. I have to. For me, I please no one, but I produce. If I'm working for someone, I'm not there to please you. I'm there to take your company to the next level. That's my job. If you recognize it, if you don't recognize it, I go somewhere else. I'm not there to please you. When the first day when you apply for a job, they ask you questions. Why do you think I should employ you? Is there something else that it says, because nonsense, I've got to please you, honey. If I don't please you, I get fired. There is nothing like that. Everything is professional. So you should remain loved. You should remain professional. You should remain loving yourself unconditional and knowing that where you are there because you're wanted. You are there because you are there to add value, not because I need NOMSA to like me. I need NOMSA to do this. No. If NOMSA does not appreciate, NOMSA can back her off. It's simple and straightforward. But we complicate life. We complicate things, guys. And that's why people end up disappointment, because they are afraid of disappointing people. Know your boundaries as well. There's selfishness, it cannot, betrayal, it cannot work. If you want to be around people, Number 40, notice when fear hides behind the spiritual language. Some people use God to hide. The one is delicate. Fear can dress itself as religion or spiritually phrases. I'm just waiting on God. I don't feel led. Maybe it's not my season. Sometimes absolutely true when you say it's not your season. Sometimes when you say you're waiting for God, sometimes it can be true, because there are times when you pray to God and say, God, can you bless me? Can you take my life to the next level? And God will go quiet. Why does he go quiet? He goes quiet because he wants to know. He wants to know, do you love him, or do you want him just to give you whatever he wants? He wants to know, is his plan A, or you just saying God because he's plan B? Or sometimes he just wants you to learn something. Like for me, I always wanted to be a millionaire. I wanted God to make me a millionaire, but I didn't know that I had been put under sacrifice. But God had to not respond to what I needed, because he wanted me to learn step by step what has been assigned behind my back. It has taken me 7 years to learn what was assigned behind my back. My identity was completely swiped out, exchanged to somebody else. That's why I say to people, in the realm of the spirit, identities can be exchanged. Sickness can be exchanged. There are some people who simply will join occult to get rich through someone's soul. There are people who are living in poverty because their soul was taken, and that person who took their soul, they've built an empire using their soul. They are billionaires using someone else's soul. So a soul can be exchanged. Sickness can be exchanged. Anything can be exchanged. Education, a degree can be exchanged. My life, my identity was completely exchanged. Who was he exchanged to? Is it the person that I don't know? Is the person that I know very well? They exchanged my identity for me not to move forward. for that person to thrive. And that person is the people that goes to my mother. They tell my mother, oh, I love you so much. Crap. My identity was changed. But God wanted me to know step by step. So if ever one day he comes back and say, Nomsa, I need you to begin my work. So I will know what to do, how to help somebody to retrieve their identity to be restored. There are people who have no education. They didn't go to school. They don't have a degree. They never went to college. They think they are just not cut up for education, but they are. Their identity was exchanged. Not everybody. Some people are just lazy. Not everybody. So that's life. That is the darkness. In the spirit, whatever happens in the realm of the physical, it happens in spirit, corruption. So when you say you fear, you go to name your fear. Is that fear really or not? Because that corruption that it happens in spirit, it causes fear in the physical. For those people that they're doing corruption to, for them not to succeed, to fear. So that's why I encourage people, read this every single day. Whether you are a believer or not a believer, make sure you have this in your home. Because whether you are a believer, you still want to be a millionaire. Whether you are not a believer, you still want to be a millionaire. What if they take your soul and you're not a believer? There are some believers who have no idea that a soul can be swapped. Who have no idea that their destiny can be swapped. If their destiny to have a PhD, it can be swapped and give it to somebody else. Because those people, why they do it? Because they are lazy. If a spirit does it for me, it gives me a soul that is smart. And sometimes Satan is a liar. So it's important, guys, to know these things. Notice when fear hides spiritually languages. It can hide using all these things that are, you know what, I have to wait for God. You know, God is going to bless me one day. Me, I don't hide from God. I don't know how Satan has destroyed my business, how he has destroyed my finances, how he has destroyed my life, but I don't give up. The same way, when I woke up one day for 4 years, 3 years for my degree, held my degree. One day I know that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be a millionaire because of the hard work that I'm putting in my life. I'm implementing, I am praying to God to hear my cry. I don't fear Satan. I don't fear anything. I don't believe that life is magic. I believe that you have to work smart. You have to work smart to get to where you need to be. So I work, I create, and I invest in my education. I invest in myself, in my children's life. And I know one day I'm going to wake up and God would have taken my life to the next level. And people will be asking, Nomsa, how did that happen? Those who don't know me, they are not going to understand it. They will think I'm an overnight success. But those who know me, they will testify and say, yes, we had the social services torturing you. We've had poverty, Satan torturing you with poverty. We've had this, but today we can testify that God is a testimony. This is a testimony, Nomsa. They'll testify. And that's my belief. But I don't believe that I can just wait for miracles to happen. I believe that I have to give something God to work on, to work with God. This is what I'm doing. I'm building things. I'm creating that business that people are making fun of. That business is going to wake up one day. It will take me from zero to hero. That's my attitude. Because if God can take my life, if God can say, Nomsa, don't sue the university, but wait. I had to wait, guys. Through that waiting, I had to see every spell that was cast out. What is Illuminati for, guys? Illuminati, they cut spells to stop people becoming who they are meant to be. These occultic masons, they cut spells. They don't just occult. So I had to see every step by step what was done to me. They took my pictures and they cut a spell for me from hero to zero. But Gary had to say, no, sir, wait. Every step by step was revealed. You guys got to celebrate my degree. But behind the scenes, I had to fight. I had to take the fear off me. God had to take the fear off me. He had to fight for me. He had to show me who is responsible, who chose to take my degree and give it to their child so I can live from hero to zero. Who did that? If you notice everything that I do, I have never blamed anyone because I don't need to. That person will go and knock my family and say, I'm here to confess. Not because of me, because of God. What I've done to your bloodline, it will say that. So do I need to fear? I don't. But if I didn't have the knowledge, guys, do you think my life will be where I am? No, it won't. It wouldn't. Because the fear stops us becoming who we want to become. Number 15, comfort the fear of repeating the past. The past keeps repeating itself. Confront it. Confront that fear that keeps repeating its past. If you're chosen badly before, fear will tell you. Even if you haven't chosen badly, fear will still creep in. Number 16, understand the comfort of failure pain. Sometimes the fear doesn't masquerade as wisdom, it masquerades as comfort. Number 17, identify the fear of losing control. Control often feels like self. You manage every detail, plan every outcome. That's not how life is. You cannot control the outcome of everything. Number 18, listen for the voice of I'm not ready yet. That voice of I'm not ready can be true. But if you've been not ready for years, when do you think you'll be ready? Expose the fear of success, not just failure. Success comes with the responsibilities, visibility, new expectations. So if there is fear in your life, does it mean you can succeed? No, you can't if there is fear. See how fear cling on all the labels. Maybe you've called yourself shy. Maybe you call yourself broken. I'm too much or not enough for so long that it feels factually. Fear uses those labels and reasons you shouldn't try. It will give you a reason why you should not be who you want to become. That is fear for you. Fear does that. It will give you a reason why you cannot be who you are meant to be. And fear will give you laws and laws of reasons. Number 21, challenge the idea that safety is the highest goal. It's not, guys. Don't play safe. Give yourself a challenge. Challenge yourself to become who you are meant to become. And become that. Sometimes the people might not believe in you. They might not believe that you are cut up for that, but you are not meant to be believed. You are meant to do the things, to take action. I'm just sharing the video, guys. You are meant to take action, not to wait for people to believe you. You're meant to do things and become who you are meant to become. I've been challenged by Satan so many times. And even this thing, fear with the social services, to me is challenge. It's a challenge. Let me shut the door. Number 22, evaluate your advisors. Who does your fear sound like? So all these things, sometimes the fear talks in the voice of someone from your past. It can sound like that. And number 23, recognize the fear of vulnerable, honest. Fear says, if I tell the truth about how I feel, I'll lose that. If you lose something that you love, you tell that you love, you lose it, it means you've never had it in the first place. I told Satan this. I said he tried to destroy my relationship. And I said to him, if you destroy my relationship and my spouse let you do it, his soul, you take his soul and it happens, it means we were never meant to be together. But if we were meant to be together, you destroy my relationship and you take his soul and he let you do that. God will do whatever it takes to make sure that he gets his soul back. And when he gets his soul back, that will be God's decision. Everything is God's decision. But sometimes if you don't fight for your life, who's going to fight for you? And that's why for me, I always say to people, do not, like when I'm talking about God, do not report me or say this, because me and Satan, we're never going to be in good books. So that means the social services, they have to wait for the phone calls being called, someone reporting me, because I'm not going to stop talking about God. And I don't think Satan has plans of entertaining me. I think he has time for entertaining people, but not me, because we are enemies. We know that. We are in the battlefield. The battlefield, it means I want to take my life to the next level. But he says, no, you can't take your life to the next level because of this, because of that. So then he has to go and get through to other people. So for me, I know that I'm in the battlefield with Satan. We are not in good books, me and Satan. We will never will. I just have to fight. But what makes me who I am today is understanding my character. That's what has helped me to be who I am today. Understanding my character. When Satan comes in, when he tests my character, when I react to something, then I say, hang on a minute, that's not me. I don't do that. Correcting Satan and saying, no, I don't do that. And that's how it is led me to be living today, to be sharing a testimony with others. But if I was evil, there are some people who believe that being evil is the only way for them to show people, I'm going to show them who I am. Guys, in God's eyes, in the realm of the spirit, that doesn't work. It can only get someone in trouble. So all these things that I can tell you is number 24. Notice how fear uses past patterns as a proof. It can actually, and also understanding the fear of being too much or not enough. This double fear keeps you trapped. You're afraid of taking up space, or afraid of being invisible, or sometimes knowing too much. It can actually destroy you. That's why for me, I'm just learning. I'm a student. Wherever I go, I'm a student. Name the fear of making the wrong choice. Many people stay stuck crossroads because they are afraid of choosing incorrect. Fear says if you choose wrong, everything is ruined forever. Number 27, identify where fear uses business as a shield. When you get busy, means you can't do this, you can't fix that. It all avoid facing your own desires, facing your wounds, or making decisions because you're busy. Acknowledge the fear of intimacy, not just rejection. You might say you fear being rejected by sometimes you fear of being truly known. So put yourself out there, guys. Whether you are what, if someone really sees you, before I used to say, I need to go out, I need to buy a beautiful dress, I need to be seen by men and things like that. But when I went in spirit and realized what Satan can do, I realized that I just need to be me. I need to buy a beautiful dress, but I need to trust I need to trust God and trust what God can do. Not to trust a dress that was made by someone, that if I wear this dress, a man is going to want to be with me. I don't do that anymore. But that was my mindset before. I go and get nice high heels. I go and get a beautiful dress, beautiful earrings, beautiful makeup, beautiful fake hair, and do my nails. And you see my nails? I grow them myself now. I don't go to do my nails. But before, I'll make an effort thinking that if I do this thing, guys, I'm going to catch a nice guy. If I need, if you need a billionaire, a millionaire, you need a handsome guy, you got to spend money. But I realize that in God's hand, it doesn't work like that. If I go and spend all this money, I can easily catch the wrong guy. But if a guy that is meant to be with me, if I dress up nicely, present myself, work on my character, and work on my alignment with my energy, and know what I want in life, that guy will find me anywhere in the world. Like I'm here on social media. A king can find me anywhere in this world. So I don't need to waste my time in thinking that I need to go and spend loads and loads of money so I can catch the guy. I don't need to do that. But before, it was the mindset that I had put in me until I realized what God is. He's a matchmaker. Any guy, any woman that comes to you, they come to you for a reason. They either come to build a life with you or they come as a distraction. Satan can bring the wrong guy that is everything that you have ever wanted to distract you, stopping the guy that is meant to come to you to spend the rest of your life with you. He will bring someone that has everything, nice car, money, looks, everything, because he's blocking the other one that is coming. They have everything too, but there is the difference between them. That one has a future, is your future husband or future wife. He can do that too. So I stopped wasting my time. I used to waste time. I stopped. But you don't have to believe what I believe. See how fear shrinks your vision. It shrinks. Fear never gives you a dream. It gives you a safe plan. It tells you, I'm smaller. You're good. Number 30. That was number 29, guys. See how fear shrinks your vision. Number 30 is challenge fear, all or nothing thinking. Number 31, replace fear questions with the better questions. Fear talks. It asks, what if I get hurt? What if I fail? What if they think? Wisdom asks, what if saying here is the bigger word? What do I become if I never try? What is the cost of staying small. Start intentionally asking better questions. The quality of questions you will determine how your tomorrow is going to look like, or it will determine the quality of your decisions. You are not you're not erasing fear, but you are refusing to let it dominate the conversation. I stopped doing that, all that, guys. Create a new inner definition of wisdom. If your inner definition of wisdom is never risk, never trust, and never be vulnerable. Number 33, practice the small acts of brave wisdom. You don't break chains only through big decisions. You break them through repeated small acts of courage. Number 34, build a cycle that does not feed your fear. Some environment constantly confirm your fear. It never works. Don't trust anyone. Dreams are for other people. You remember when I said to you guys, you don't trust anyone. To Lucifer, do not trust anyone. He can use those that you love to come and talk you out of your destiny. So what I'm saying to you when I'm saying don't trust is I'm saying when it comes to decision, he can actually use your best friend to come and sleep with your husband. He can do that. So what I'm saying to you is honor your husband. When you have problems, talk to your husband. Don't go and talk to your friends. Satan can use your friends to sleep with you. You can tell your friends everything about your husband. And then Satan will use everything that you tell your husband for that friend of yours to be different. Your husband, he can even give him, what's this spirit of, what is it called? If I remember it, I will tell you. We can do anything. So when I'm saying trust no one, a sacrifice can be done by someone that you love. It can be done by someone that you love. For me, is someone whom my parents trust the most, that wanted to sacrifice me to give my identity to their child. Identity. That person is in my bloodline. It could be my mom's brother. It could be my mom's sister. It could be my father's brother. It could be my father's sister. That's how close the Satan can do. Why does he do that? Because human beings, we like the word money. When he mentioned the word money, we don't think about, oh, if Nomsa is in my bloodline, she carries the glory, that means I carry the glory too. So you can think and still Satan to get lost. But because when I'm saying don't trust no one, Satan does not give anybody to say yes or no. He enters, your yes is his, not you. So that's why I don't waste time fighting people. When that person says yes, they're not actually saying yes. He takes over everything. So he makes you say yes. You can't say no. But for me, he can't do that. Why he can't do that? Because I can feel. I can feel when the spirit takes over my body. I can feel it. And if it's a bad spirit, I can feel it. If it's a good spirit, if it's the angel of God, I can feel it. I was born like that. From a very young age, even Satan knows. I can feel it. So he can't take over. Means if he comes in to me, he has to tell me who he is. So see, there is no point. For me, people saying, these people calling social services, I'm supposed to be calling them names. I'm supposed, but I can not to threaten them. I can tell them the consequences of what would happen if they do it again. I can tell them the consequences, guys, because God has no mercy with evil. I don't want to lie to you and comfort you. He has no consequences. He has no mercy. If I do evil for somebody, to someone, he has to punish me. So at that party, I have to tell them, what will happen if you do that again? But all I know is Satan does not give people option. He takes over their body. His yes is his yes. There is no no. If he enters a member of my family, they cannot say no because he is a demon. So in order for somebody to say no, they have to be strong in spirit for them to be able to fight and say, why would I want you to sacrifice Nomsa? That's wrong. It takes that. So you have to be strong in spirit. So whenever Satan wants, if he wants, like if he wants to destroy marriage, he'll go to a nightclub. He will show you a beautiful woman. Fear. And they will tell you, because you've been rejected before, right? She's gorgeous. If she says yes, scores. Go and sleep with her to prove a point. And then you go sleep with her. The following day now, you have to confess to your husband, to your wife, that I did this. The consequences, marriage break. That's what the Satan is for. So people say when I talk here, when I teach people about the fear, for me is to teach people, do not fear. Do not let you tell you that you are ordinary. You are extraordinary. You can be who you want to be if you wanted to. Do not fear. You can be who you wanted to be. Guys, I'm going to have to go now. If you're watching from Facebook, I had to finish. I think I should have done part 2 because I was late as well. So I had to finish for you guys these step by step. And I hope that they have helped you. But if you are a Christian, try to read this thing. Even if you are not a Christian, have the Bible with you. The Bible is a healing. Reading scriptures, it heals you because of the environment. It can heal you. It can bring the angels of healing to heal you. I'm not talking about because I'm talking. I survived because of this thing, just reading the Bible. You end up being a Christian, but that's okay. That's not bad. It's better to be than to be Lucifer's side. So it's better to believe that there is something higher than you, higher than anything else. So if you're watching, guys, if you're on YouTube, please do subscribe to our channel and be part of the family. Join the groups, Unique Billionaire Mindset and Gossip Talk Shows, and the website as well is www.hseia.coach. God bless you, everyone, and live with grace. I will see you tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm going to try to be on time. If the technology allows me, so I can finish early. And I think I have all this series. I have all the 35 steps that I have to do. God bless everyone.